In the Know.
Welcome to In the Know, presented by Our Neutral Voices. And we're going to get in the know with this young man. He's doing a lot of things in the community. And we're going to let him introduce himself, and then we're going to go into some conversation to get more familiar with him. We have a very special guest. Sir, introduce yourself and tell the people just a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into conversation.
Absolutely. My name is Terrance Frison. I work with the Bloom Project. It's a mentoring group for young boys between the ages of 12 through 18 years old. And we teach them a lot about life skills, and we do a lot with them for like college readiness, development. We also teach them a lot about mental health. And then I also work with the Voices of Unity, doing public speaking classes there, and just overall just trying to give back in the community.
I like that. Lady D, how you doing?
I'm happy to be here today.
I'm
How
glad
are you,
to have
Stats?
I'm good.
Good.
D, how you?
I'm doing real good.
That's good. That's
yes.
good.
Can I say welcome to our guest?
Thank
you for being here.
Thank you.
This is awesome and exciting.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I never want to assume everybody that watches us know about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So can you give us a brief overview? I know it's a mentoring program, like how it started or where the Bloom Project is now. Just give us a little history and a little up-to-date about the Bloom Project.
So the Bloom Project started with Miss Arnetta Scruggs. She started it based on her grandfather, or it's for a version of her grandfather. She started it, and it was all off of a need of young boys needing a safe place to go for an outlet. And how I got involved with the program is actually by thinking that I wasn't good enough to be a mentor in the program. Wow. So I thought that I had to be perfect in order to do it. So then after like 3, 4, 5 months of her asking me to do it, I said yes. And then I got into mentoring, and I mentored some closely, and I've mentored some from far away. And so we meet once a month, every first Saturday of the month at the Renaissance YMCA.
Okay. Yeah.
From 10:30 a.m. till 1:30 a.m. or p.m. And then we do about a 2-hour installment over whatever we're going to go over. And then we'll leave an hour for them, the boys, to play basketball.
Oh, that's good.
That is awesome.
Good.
How often is this happening?
It's once a month with just the Bloom Project with this portion of it. But then we do also go into Northrop each month. And we do I do a mental health segment with Northrop every month, and we go over different topics of all things mental health.
Oh, that's
and
good.
we brought in therapists. We brought in Raphael Bosley. We brought in Tamia Parker. We brought in Tony Irby. We brought in, I think next month we bring in Aaron Lane, so he'll come. So
Courageous Healing.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And so just real quick, just because he mentioned Northrop, so I want to say why Northrop, but you have to start somewhere. Do you have plans to attend or go to any other high schools, or is it just Northrop connection?
So initially, we just want to kind of see like if we could do it. You know what I mean? If they would be receptive. And what happened was we started to get so much traction in Northrop where I probably shouldn't say this on here, but like some kids would start to like skip class just so they can be there.
Oh, wow.
So we had to put a capacity on how many kids we could have in the program.
Yes.
So we've been trying to figure out what it would look like to take the program to the community, because what I've realized is that we have so many different kids who are hurting and not enough places to be an outlet.
Yeah, man, that's
amazing. And I love that you said not enough places to be an outlet, because too many times people feel like you're competing.
Absolutely.
You know,
like these are my kids.
My kids,
Right.
and my organization, for my community, for my agenda.
Right.
So I love what you're saying. So what would it look like is the question you said. What would it look like if, and that's a beautiful question.
So I've been in talks with some different organizations I actually have a meeting tomorrow. I believe it will be one of the things that will be like break the ground on trying to get this across the community.
Nice.
So we're talking about like what would the capacity be, like how will we structure it if we open up to the community and stuff like that. So I think that's a conversation we'll have tomorrow. Nice. And it's a pretty big partnership if we'll be able to get it. So happy with that.
Awesome.
That's
But
awesome.
I've also learned to take mentoring outside of the Bloom Project. So like my son, he's in the room there, and what we did was like at the we were playing basketball a couple weeks ago, and for the sake of his privacy, I'll call him Bubba. There was this kid, he was getting like super worked up about basketball, but it looked to be more than just basketball. So me and my son were watching him, and I was just like, "Hey, what's your name?" And he was like, "My name's Bubba," but just for the sake of it. And I said, "My son is watching you." And he said, "We said what?" And I said, "My son is watching you. Everything you do." "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 19. I said, "When my son grows up and turns 19, he's gonna think it's okay to act just how you are."
Right. 'Cause
And then he said, "I understand that. I just had a daughter." And then tears just started to flow from his eyes.
Man.
And then he started, I hugged him. And I took this moment to be a mentor to him. So then we created a framework for him to work through different emotions. So we just, it's
That is beautiful and
absolutely.
powerful because you said you took mentoring
outside
out
of
walls down.
My son has seen this many times where we'll go to a basketball park and all those kids turn into my mentees.
For sure.
It'd be 10, 8, 9, 10-year-olds cussing out there like they got no business.
Right.
And I will stop the whole basketball game
You should.
just to
should.
teach them who they are.
Absolutely.
See what would it look like if we had more men that held the young men accountable and did exactly what
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
That would
That-
literally be a game changer.
That is
I
beautiful.
was reading in a book the other day, and it says that the first step of healing is to heal your relationship with your parents.
Yes.
And most of
Yeah,
our
I've heard
kids
that,
have a disenfranchised relationship with our parents. So how close are we getting to healing if we
Yes.
don't have that relationship?
Right.
That is so powerful.
You over there thinking?
Actually, when you said that part, well, first of all, I've always told my kids, at all times, somebody's watching. You do not know somebody is always watching you. So that was my first thing. And then the second thing is, quick story. My mom, how do I say this? My mom left me with my dad when I was in third grade. Didn't see her till I was a sophomore in high school. We had to repair our relationship. We went to therapy, and back then we just wrote each other letters. So I would write whatever, send it to her, and we just go back and forth. So we had to heal our relationship, and then it took a lot of work, but it was worth it, which I feel like really helped me in my own motherhood to my own children, as well as other relationships that I've had throughout the years.
Absolutely.
That is so
You know, I work with broken families, you know, on a daily basis, and talking about that healing and seeing, you know, some things, it's really hard. But what I like is what you said is that there's strained relations, and everything that you said from mentoring to mental health that you said you're dealing with, because I like how you said you went into high school, and the Bloom Project is for young men, correct?
It's also for men though, grown men.
Grown men, okay. But here's my thing. Too many times we leave those young men out there on islands, and we don't go to reach out to them, let alone to rescue them. So how did you get into, you said it took you a while to mentor, but how did you get into the Bloom Project, and when did you invest yourself into the Bloom Project?
So I like to say I invested my heart. 'Cause I really did, because I got into it because I was at a church meeting, and there was this guy, his name's Michael. And I was sharing my thoughts and ideas, like the whole Bible study, or it was like a book club. And he walked up to me afterwards, me and my best friend Devontae. He was like, "Are y'all familiar with the Bloom Project?" I'm like, "Nah, bro." He like, "Well, y'all need to get familiar." So I'm like, "All right." So then he sent us some link, and we like, "All right, bro, we'll check it out." And from there, that was about 2 years ago, and I've just been progressively getting more involved since. So I started speaking last year, and my speaking engagements were all about mental health. And I don't have a degree in mental health, but yet people trust me to speak about mental health.
Let me say something. To hear this young man speak, you would think he had a degree or PhD. It is, and I don't use that stuff lightly because I don't want to hear everybody. This man right here is the truth. To hear him speak, people are so focused in on what he's saying, his presence, everything he's saying, all the things. And I told him, when I told him he was the black son I never had,
Right.
I said, your name is going to be in lights on an important level, mental health for our young men.
Right.
I got me and his aunt is my sorority sister. We got some plans for him because I filled out an application for him to be in 40 under 40.
Thank you.
But long story short, it didn't make it this year. But next year, follow this young man. He is amazing. Amazing.
Yes,
Yeah. And when you said you weren't good enough to mentor, I'm glad you rectified that because that is untrue. Because you don't have nobody's perfect. But this man right here is the truth.
And can I just add, when you said about the degree, and it's very important, and I like that you said that. You know, you don't have a license or a certification or degree papers to say or to prove that you can speak or help someone with mental health challenges.
Absolutely.
But you have an experience.
Right.
You have something in you.
Right.
And can I say that God put in you
Amen.
that helps people? It's natural. And just so we know, because some people get hung up on the paperwork.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people with the title, the paperwork, and they don't do what they need to do with the paperwork.
Or they don't have the care and concern.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
and I'm getting ready to say, you mentioned the heart.
Yes.
And so I just want you to know, as long as you have that heart and you're committed
Thank you.
to what God is telling you to do, then that's the paperwork.
So what I actually did was, my life is really stressed out right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm working like 3 jobs.
Yes.
So I work with the Bloom Project, and I work my normal job, and then I also work teaching the class with Unity.
Yes.
And then I'm also a full-time student in school.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yes.
So my
Drink
heart
some
has led me to
Yes.
learn what I've learned about mental health.
Right.
But I know that I need the education to get
Right.
into
To
rooms
go to-
to be effective.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'm chasing my degree now.
But I want to say, when I say that, you can start down here. You know how they say I started from the bottom, now I'm here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and so a lot of times that's where the real training happens, is on the battleground, on the battlefield, and that's where you are right now. Some of the challenges that you're facing, but more so than anything, you are tuned in to the Spirit.
Yes.
And you hear when the Holy Spirit tells you to do something or to say something, you're in a season of obedience. And that's what led you to that young man to say, my son is watching you.
Right.
And to be conscious of your surroundings.
When
Yeah.
you talk about
Beautiful.
God, I love God.
Yes.
My son, we pray every night. We pray before we walked in here.
Yeah.
And I had talk about mentoring. There was a kid that I love a lot, and I call him Bubba. Well, I just call him all Bubba to keep their names private.
Yes.
But he used to send me Bible verses every morning, and then he stopped. And I noticed it. And I'm like, hey, why'd you stop sending me Bible verses? Have you been reading your Bible? And he's like, no, I haven't. And I'm like, why? And he said, because I feel like God is judging me for everything that I've done. I said, dang. Have you killed somebody? He like, nah. I said, you shot somebody? He like, nah. I said, you didn't stab somebody up, did you? He like, nah.
Yeah.
I said, then you ain't done nothing that's outside of God's will. You ain't done nothing that bad at 14 years old.
Yeah.
And for those people who have done those things, God still loves them too.
Yes.
Absolutely. Right.
So what will make you think that God don't love you?
Yeah.
And that is the parameters of how I teach and mentor these kids, because that is what they need.
And that is what they need.
That's
That's why you
exactly
say, because your heart is
My heart
in
is
it.
in
Heart
it.
is the
Yes.
heart.
Yeah.
I love
So,
it.
Yeah. Now, it's amazing. This is my first time really meeting you, and I'm just so amazed with everybody that gave you your flowers. It is true. It is true. But one thing you said, you doing a whole lot. So how do you take care of Terrance though? You can pour, but as Doc V say, how do you get poured into or refilled? So what do you do for your own mental health? Because not only are you helping others through, you got to look at yourself too. So what do you do for yourself?
So I'm learning what that looks like in this season. Sometimes I've allowed myself to get a little tired, but what I've done recently is like I'll just disconnect from the world, like not answer the phone, not pick up, and know that that's okay. But then I also go bowling every Thursday, like clockwork. It cost me $8. I played 5 games.
Uh-oh.
Listen, if I had my phone, I would show you the scores.
Okay.
Is it over 100?
It's over 100.
Okay, good.
Listen, I got my own balls. I got
Okay, so wait, spoiler alert, I gotta just drop it on you. Here we go. You just revealed that to the world. So parents,
Come on.
single ladies, yeah, look,
See,
watch this.
I'm in a relationship.
No, not that part. Although I'm sure some would, take you up on it either way.
Don't start that,
And
doctor.
should.
No. So look, not those type of single ladies. Let me say it this way: single mothers, and so even single home parents, etc., fathers. He just told y'all where he's gonna be. Even though he's off work, in case you want to bump into this young
He didn't tell
man.
you where. He didn't tell you where.
But wait, I'm saying, so you might want to check
I
a
did,
bowling
kinda.
alley.
It's $1.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
And I say that because I'm saying you seem like a good person
Absolutely.
to
Right.
kind of bump into
right.
out there, and if they happen to have their children with them.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case and you're out and you're having a good time, you're bowling and you're technically off the clock, but you see something,
Yeah.
For sure.
how do you handle that?
I'm always looking to be effective.
All
Like,
right.
It
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
matter when it is.
Yeah.
I
Like,
just wanted to put that out there.
I
You're
can-
technically never off.
no,
Right.
I'm always like, even with my family, whatever. I'm always looking to be effective.
Okay. There
I
you go.
study for frameworks to come up like we have a fire method.
Yes.
To where I've learned to teach people how to recognize habits, how to kill them and burn them from the start. We look at what's your wood.
Right.
What made you pick up this habit? What makes it so easy to pick up?
See, that's why I love you. This is just so amazing.
That's
I'm about to start crying.
That's the wood of it.
I got you.
But then the fire, the wind is what keeps the fire lit. So
Yes.
that's why what makes it so like. Why am I drawn to this every time? Right? So then the fire is like, what's the situation that happened?
Right.
And then when we can figure out what's the wood, what's the air, and what's the fire, what's the fire, then we can figure out how to break the habits that are beginning to form. Because we have to understand where they came from.
Right.
We have to understand why am I picking it up?
Right.
Yeah.
And we have to understand what is keeping me going back to it.
That's right.
You know,
That's
you know,
good. That's good.
not only
That's not that's me literally beating my brain trying to figure out solutions for people that found that out.
Yes.
What I also found out is that there's this term called declarative and non-declarative memory. And this is where a lot of our young people are suffering at.
right.
Because declarative means that we can declare it. We know what it is. Nobody has to tell me how to ride a bike.
Right.
I can do it. Nobody got to show me.
Right.
But your non-declarative is where people have to it's stuff that we do in our subconscious brain. So they're unnamed events that happen in our life.
Right.
And how many times does something happen to us? Somebody betray us, but we don't got a name for it.
Right.
That's right.
Then it gets thrown to our subconscious brain, and that's where we start to see the bad behaviors come from. So we can't truly heal until we go back and name those events that happened in our subconscious brain. So we literally have to go back and reprogram ourselves.
Yeah. So you can identify.
So you can
where
identify.
that
Yep.
original hurt
One
came
thing is
from.
you need to just test out all your classes. And see.
That part, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
But what you said is not only an indictment to our young people, that's our community.
Yes, sir.
We were just talking about, I was just talking to some people about how the lack of trust that we have within our community, where did that come from? Why is that still? Why do we still exhibit the crab in a bucket mentality? Why are we still? Because we can't name those events in which they stem from. And it's sad because, and that's where we talk about, and I know you see this with a lot of young people, and I deal with a lot of young people, it's anger that's displaced.
Yeah.
But they got to get it out.
Yeah.
And they don't know, one, how to express that anger, two, how to deal with that anger. And I like that fire analogy because it puts everything together. They stay angry and they can't figure out why they're angry. And I think that's a good way to look at it.
A lot of what we suffer from, and like what I see in going into the schools, and it's a term called disenfranchised grief in therapy.
Yes.
It is where it's a grief that is not formally accepted or known by people. So I could be freaking out, grieving because I didn't get the job, but you might be like, bro, what you tripping for?
That's right.
And a lot of times, like it was one kid that I was talking to, and he was like, what happened in his life?
What's his name? Bubba too.
They all Bubba. And he was talking about how he was grieving his cousin's mom that passed away. So she wasn't directly connected to him, but that loss impacted him. And he felt like he couldn't talk about it because people would be like, you didn't really know.
Yeah, what did she matter to you?
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
That's
a
right.
lot of it is like just learning to listen when they are grieving. And if it's something that's on their heart, like let them get it out.
Absolutely.
That's
The
right.
title of the conference that we're doing this April 25th, it's called Let It Out.
Let it out.
Give us details. Where and when you get through.
So right now it's only for the Northrop kids and Bloom kids.
Okay.
We want to open it up to more kids, but we got to get those kids
Gotcha.
first.
Yes.
And it's called Let It Out. And I came up with this name because a lot of our kids hold it in.
Absolutely.
And this Let It Out, when you first hear it, it sounds like I'm talking about negative emotions, which could be true.
Right.
But I'm also talking about the dream that God has put in us. For
sure.
So there's so much
good.
when it comes to letting it out that it isn't just boxed into bad. It's also opens up the light of the good. So
That conversation. Ooh.
I told you. I told
Let's
you.
see what's
This
going
the
on
man
in
right
that
here.
room.
This the
And
man
this, so this conference, okay, and you said, but it's going to be at Northrop. So,
no, this one will be. Dang it!
but you said
don't
it's
give
just
me the
for
line.
it's
Yeah.
just for the Northrop.
At the moment.
At the
So,
moment, okay.
In this conference, it is so chosen by them. So they will choose. We'll have 3 different workshops in there.
Okay.
They will choose the workshop that they need.
Okay.
We'll have a panel lineup, and I can spill the panel lineup because they have agreed,
Okay.
except for one person. So I can share
So
it.
far.
So we
Okay.
have Pastor Khalid.
Yes.
He will be on the
Okay.
panel.
Yes.
We have Raphael Bosley.
Yes.
He'll be on the panel. We have Amos. He'll be on the panel.
Okay.
And tentatively, he said he got to pray about it. But we have Cassius Stallings.
That's my
He's gonna host it.
guy. Oh,
So
wanna be- can I
is
come?
yes, it is going to be such a great
good.
conversation
Yes.
so how we'll get the questions for the panel. So when they're registering for the
Workshop.
conference, they will choose the questions that we ask the panel. So it is literally created by
By
them.
them.
like they own it.
Yeah.
They own it.
On it.
I love
These
that.
kids are so
Love
bright.
that concept.
So at Northrop, we got the chance to kind of like spoil them a little bit. So we got to buy them like shirts, wristbands. We got to buy them a book. You know who Jason Wilson is?
Jason Wilson.
He has you should look him up. He's a super great guy.
gotta-
But he has
gotta
a
look him
book called The Man, the Moment Demands. And we bought 45 kids those books.
Wow.
All bracelets, all shirts. But the thing that was the most powerful thing to me is that what they put on their bracelets, it says God first and you are enough. And how many
That is so
times is it that
wow.
the kids in our community need to hear that they're
Right.
Oh
enough?
my
They are
God.
not.
That is so good.
They hear what they're not,
They hear what they not all the time.
but never you are
Yeah.
enough.
We grew up in households that are normalizing like you ain't gonna be,
Oh
you
my
ain't
goodness.
never gonna do this.
Right.
But how many times do they just need to hear I'm
You're
enough?
enough.
Yes.
So they literally chose to put an affirmation on their wrist and on their shirt that says they're enough, even when the world won't tell them.
Oh my goodness. I just
Oh,
want to
my
hug them and I don't
mascara.
even see them. I want to hug each
Oh,
one
my
of them right
goodness.
now.
Oh my
That
goodness.
is
So in these sessions, they cry.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like
It's
it was,
okay to cry.
It's so okay to cry.
So okay.
I'm almost tearing up right now
See, that's
just
what I said,
talking
you
about
making
it.
my
I'm
stuff
just
know,
saying.
like, You know,
That's crazy,
I'm
though.
gonna be totally honest with you. I was in my 40s before I realized that. It may have been later. Actually, I was over 50. It was when my father passed. He passed in 2020.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
He passed in 2020, and literally before then, ask me if I cried. Oh, crying ain't for me.
Wow.
I was that man. No, men don't cry. No, I literally was that man, and I believed that, and you couldn't even cry around me. I mean, and I'm being transparent. That was me.
Yeah.
But it took an event that I couldn't control.
Yeah.
And I tell people that it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But it took me to learn that, and I was grown when I learned that.
Wow.
But I'm being transparent. I was that person, and now I do understand
Yeah.
that it's okay not to be okay.
You know, and I've been telling my kids all those things for years because my dad was, from Arkansas, he was the man, you don't cry, all these things like that. Well, I said that was a decision. God gave me these tears and I can use them how I want, when I want.
Yeah.
Hence, I'm a crybaby, and my grandmama always said I had a head full of water because I'm going to cry. But I always told my kids, even my son, God gave you these emotions for a reason. Just because you're a young boy, you cry when you want to cry.
Yeah.
It's normal. It's natural. God gave it to us. And I've always tried to make them know, because my dad was not big on praises. He never said you're not going to mount anything or anything, but he was like, anything you did was just regular. You weren't ever extra. Right. So he never said I wasn't anything, but he never said I was like, if I would say, Dad, does this look cute? Do I look cute? And you'll do in a pinch. And that's cool, whatever. But it's just, it took me, I was with my life coach a couple years ago, and she had me write down some things. And she told me to put on my calendar 3 times a day to read I Am Enough. When I tell you, it took me forever to just be able to say those words.
Wow.
I didn't even do it for about 2 months. And it took so much for me to read those 3 words.
How long did it take you to believe it?
Oh, wow. Still, huh?
I'm better. And in my mind, I would say, yeah, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. Those 3 words messed me up. And it's still on my chalkboard in my craft room. And I'll look at it, just shake my head and walk by it.
I walked past the bracelets that I made for the boys, and something told me to grab one today.
Yeah.
And I usually wear them because I give them away.
Yes.
And I was supposed to wear one today, and you were who I was supposed to wear
That's
it for.
right.
See?
Absolutely.
I literally
I can't mess with you today.
No, I swear.
Yes.
And I'm gonna give you one. I promise.
Yes.
That's crazy. But
I
yeah,
don't
those
care if I
3
gotta live
words.
with it.
And she
You are.
was always saying, like, it's 3 words. I love you. I miss you. I am enough. She's like, it's always 3 words that are the hardest
For
to
people to
say
say.
or
For
believe.
people, I was going to say
Yeah.
to accept.
To accept,
believe.
yeah. And that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrance, we're gonna have to bring you back.
For sure.
A whole nother
Oh,
conversation.
Oh, for sure.
we
Because-
definitely have to know what
Yeah.
happened with the conference.
Yeah,
I'm going.
yeah.
Fire.
But one thing you did want to speak of, and you speak so eloquently. You say
Absolutely.
you train and you mentor public speaking.
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, I'm not a public speaker. I'll get out of it.
do really well.
No, I get out of it because I can. I'm a conversationalist, and I really take things seriously. That gets me through. I can make a joke out of anything. But there's young people that struggle with that.
Absolutely.
Personality wise, appearance wise, a whole lot of wise. So how do you not only mentor them to be enough, but to come out to show you're enough?
So what Unity did, that's a really great question. What Unity did this last year, they did an extravaganza where they showcased all of their talent through all their different showcasings. And what happened was they were getting ready to speak on stage. It's different when they're doing it in a classroom versus when they're doing it in front of people.
Right.
So what I did, I taught them a technique behind the stage that they can take onto the stage. Because what we have to understand about public speaking is just coloring in the lines or coloring in the words or experiences for the hearer's ears. So that's what I've learned public speaking to be. So all I teach them is we have to add the emotion, we have to add the red, add the yellow, add the colors, and allow the audience to experience it. So sometimes that would look like me telling them, all right, bro, you need 5 seconds. And I would tell them to tap into whoever their favorite actor or actress is, Denzel Washington or whoever it is, and they would turn around for 5 seconds and they would just try to embody that person, and then they would try to demonstrate their speaking as if they were that person, and it allows them to detach from whatever emotions they're feeling in the moment and really get into who they're supposed to be in the moment demands.
Yes.
So I also do that class so I'm like the assistant, but I do a lot of working with them. So Pastor Donovan Coley.
Yes.
So we co-do that together. So it's really good.
Man,
That's
you
awesome.
are, first of all, I want to give you your flowers. You are an amazing young man.
Thank you.
Man, listen.
And all that you do, it's heartfelt, it's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you don't find too many genuine people that is genuine through and through. It sounds like you're genuine in everything that you do and all that you do. And we need more like that. we need more men to step up. You know, you know, I was a funny thing you say. You going in a room. I was in a restaurant today because I was in a home visit, and we're not supposed to use restrooms in people's homes, so I had to go to a restaurant real quick, use a restroom. And I walked through there, and there was these kids they were just getting out of middle school, and they were just in there, and they were some of our children. They were just acting up, and But I walked in, and I slow walked. I didn't have to say much, but you slow walk. Sometimes your presence is just what's needed. I don't know what they did after I left, but but a lot of them don't have that man to slow walk into their lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
And stay there for at least a moment.
Yeah.
To give them, and I think a lot of people are blessed to have you in their lives for just that moment or two, and just to be gifted by you because you are gifted.
Thank you.
So I do commend you, and I pray and I wish that everything that you gets greater. But I'm going to give you a moment right now to look into the camera. If there's anything on your heart that you want to impart to anybody out there, young, old, male, female, saved, unsaved, whatever you want to, just give our people something before we get out of here.
I would love to tell the person who's watching that whatever happened in your past is not your fault. Whoever hurt you, whoever did anything wrong to you, you didn't deserve it. And I know that God is going to use the experience that you're going through for his greater good. So for the moment, you just have to endure the pain, but just remember that it's not your fault. And I always tell people this, that if nothing changes, nothing changes. But for something to change, something has to change. Thank you.
Oh, man.
That's so
Joe,
good.
I ain't crying. Oh,
That's it.
Man.
Show
Thank
is
you
over.
again.
oh my
And
goodness.
Mr. Terrance, we will have you
Absolutely.
again.
I love
We
it.
might even open up a spot and find you where we can just keep you here regularly.
For sure. Okay, you can take my seat.
We'll work something out. We own all the other time, so we can make it happen. Just tell me your schedule. We'll make something happen for you.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we thank you again.
Absolutely.
And we're going to welcome you back. But yes, update us on the conference.
I will.
And whenever there's anything that you're doing for the community that you need to get the word out, come back.
So
It'll
I will
help.
let you know how the conversation goes tomorrow. I don't know if I'm supposed to say who the meeting is with,
Yes. No.
but I can probably tell you offline
Yeah,
or
okay.
when we get done. But it's I will let you know how that meeting goes
Okay.
because that will be the groundbreaking part.
Nice.
In March, you say it's in April?
Yeah, in April 25th.
Sometime in March next month. Come back, bring the person that you talk to, bring some of your panel people. We'll put you on.
No,
here.
so this one is what I've realized is that we don't have enough spaces. So the meeting tomorrow is to bring more spaces where kids can come broken and leave healed. Because when you give kids the opportunity to talk, they talk about it. Yeah. But most times they're told to shut up or be quiet, or sometimes they even just walk past when they try to spill out emotions.
That's right.
So this is a space where we're trying to give them to just come and just be raw and just let it out.
Man.
So
Let it out.
But yeah, just keep us posted.
I
and
will.
We'll promote. And I'm gonna figure out a way to get you in this seat
For sure.
and have some kids
sure.
over there
Yep.
that you can.
Yeah.
I can bring them.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
can
put
bring
you in
them.
this seat, and we gonna get out the way. We're gonna let you do what you do. We gonna talk about this when we get out
right.
there. But we enjoyed you, and we're not gonna hold up your evening much longer. Doc V,
Yeah.
before we leave the people, what do we always say?
Man. Always protect your
A podcast by Neutral Voices Media Group. In the Know.